Good morning. Just a quick video before I go out this Saturday morning. I think basically what I want to do with these videos, I've said before many times, is make them nice and punchy and just crystallize the kind of things that I'm thinking about, writing about, and watching and listening to on tape. And this week's been really good, to be honest, because it's been lots of conversations, lots of discoveries in terms of my own thinking and my own writing, and also just sort of lots of interaction with friends and family. The one thing that really has come out of my meditations as well this week is that I understand now that people want practical application to make this work come true for them, and I've just been thinking more about what is it that makes people miserable, depressed, anxious, happy, sad, and it really for me comes down to one thing, and that is that it begins with your thought. Right in the morning, my son this week, he's not a morning person, and he basically has the thought in the morning that he just doesn't want to get out of a warm bed, and that's a lot of us really. Also, I think basically what I've also found is that there is a lot of, shall we say, unwillingness to look at things on a little bit of a deeper level. When I left school in 1984, science and technology at that time was, just discovering things like. You only have to look at the mobile phones at that point, and I'll put an image of what a 1984 mobile phone looks like up as well. And I think now that we're into 2017, if we'd have carried on with that level of thinking, then I don't think we would have got very far at all. And I include myself in that in terms of my own education. So I think although we have a very shortcut society at the moment, and anything we want to know, we go to Google for. We don't go any further than that. I had a conversation with my sister this week and said, if you Google something, then it will come up with 11,000 results, and yet we only take the top result as gospel. It's almost like Google gospel, and we don't look any further. And I think that's a worry for me. It's personally a worry, because I think there's more to things than what Google suggests. And at the end of the day, Google again is just an interpretation of many translations of a particular idea. So I think I put up posts all the time about what we think about expands. What you are, what you think about all day long. And I think if you start with a thought that is negative, then it will colour your day very, very simply. And there are ways of responding to the environment differently. I know that people wake up environments, different environments, particularly some are on the beach, some are in lovely warm countries, some are in poverty, some are in the freezing cold, some are homeless. And I think you're in an environment, and I think when you respond to that environment in a positive way, regardless, I think you can turn things around. And that's again what this page is about. This Turning Points page is about. It's just about thinking about things differently and not being drawn into or not buying into what I would call the big lie, this lie that we are limited, because we are not limited. So have a great weekend. I certainly will. And I'll pop up some more pages, some things on my page over the weekend, because I'm feeling particularly inspired, as you can maybe tell.